Welcome to 5 Minutes of Zen, episode 8. This is our 8th episode of 5 Minutes of Zen. Let's start the clock. Okay, last time we were talking about this term self-realization, and I was trying to contextualize it so that I can use that term in a Buddhist context. So if you didn't see episode number 7, you can review that so that you don't get me wrong when I use that term. So, self-realization, or practicing Zen, practicing meditation, with the goal to realize your true nature. This is an endeavor that has been going on for millennia. Several thousand years have these kinds of meditation teachings been taught, from about 500 BC on for Buddhism, but the Hindu and Indian cultural context in general, meditation is quite old, quite older than that. One thing that comes up about now, 8 episodes in, is when is this going to happen? People are quite curious, or maybe even a little bit frustrated at this point that they aren't having this self-realization experience. Well, take heart, it doesn't usually occur so quickly. It can, and there are ample examples throughout the literature of this, of people who get enlightened quite quick or have self-realization. However, most of us have a lot of discarding of concepts and ideas and habits that we have to get through first. So it is something that we have to persevere. It's just like any kind of endeavor. If you want to succeed, you have to put in the time. There's no free rides in anything. If you want to be fit, you have to put in the time and eat right and all of those things. If you want to play a musical instrument well, you can't skip practice. We've heard of prodigies, but believe me, even the prodigies practice daily if they want to really be on top of their art. So anyway, unfortunately, it's not a quick fix, but it can be. Some of you out there may have already gotten this and stopped watching them. Some of you might stop watching because it's not happening quick enough. So let's talk about when should this happen. There are stacks of books on both sides of this issue on when enlightenment or awakening should occur. On one side you have the gradual enlightenment, and on the other you have sudden enlightenment. We all want sudden enlightenment, but what sudden enlightenment means, perhaps it doesn't quite mean that it's just going to happen in your first 3 or 4 goes at meditation. So gradual enlightenment talks about working, polishing that mirror of your consciousness. This mirror is a simile, meaning your consciousness should reflect the entire universe, the ultimate reality and the ultimate knowledge of all things. But it's dirtied. It is layered over with all of your concepts and ego desires and such. So your meditation is a polishing, and that's going to take a very long time until that mirror reflects reality. That's gradual enlightenment. I've read those texts. I think they have good meaning, good intention, and I think for most people that helps keep them on the path if they realize that they are making progress. However, in my own personal experience and the camp of sudden enlightenment, which I gravitate toward, we don't believe in anything like, well, I'm almost enlightened, I'm half enlightened. There isn't. You either have the flash of intuition or you do not. That being said, even with sudden enlightenment, you are doing the work, you're trying to become ripe enough to have this moment, but you aren't enlightened at all until it happens. And when it happens, it's sudden. You sit, you're doing it, perhaps you're brand new at it, and it happens like that. Perhaps you've been doing it for 15 years. When it does happen, it's sudden. I know that's a lot of snapping, however, that's how we emphasize sudden over gradual. I don't want to get into an argument with the gradual camp. That's their business. Practice on and gradually become enlightened. I just don't think that the larger body of literature and the experiences of people ever support kind of enlightened. You can certainly refine yourself and become less judgmental and less reactive and get a lot of benefit from meditation. So in that sense, you do improve, but you don't become semi-enlightened. It comes all at once. And on the next episode, we should explore this word intuition so that we define it within the context of this. But for right now, I just would like you to keep coming back to the sitting and the breathing and the relinquishing of concepts so that you will be ripe for that moment of enlightenment or awakening that we've been talking about so far. All right, our 5 minutes are up.